Hello guys, welcome back. In this session, we are going to discuss about the OpenSQL statement insert. So what is the use of insert statement? It's basically used to insert records to a database table from a work area or an internal table. So let us see how we can do that. So before we get started, if you have not subscribed to my channel, I would request you to subscribe to my channel. Alright, so let us begin. So I have my program here, and then I also have my database table zEmployee, in which I have three fields: ID, name and role. So for now, I don't have any records in this table, no table entries found. Okay, so the table is completely empty. And now what I will do is I will use the insert statement to insert records to that database table. So I'll show you how we can do that. So the first approach would be with the help of a work area. So I'll define my work area, okay, which is of type the database table. So what is the database table structure? It is zEmployee. Okay, so I'll create a work area which is of type that database table structure. Okay, in this case zEmployee. So now what I'll do is I'll use the statement insert, okay, and I'll say into what is the database table zEmployee, and then I'll use the keyword values, and then I'll say zEmployee. Okay, so this is the statement insert, along with which we will add the values addition, and then I'll provide the work area name. Okay, so now what we have to do is we have to fill the work area. So with ABAP 7.4, what we can use the value keyword, and then I'll say hash. If you have not watched my video on value operator, I would strongly recommend that you go back and watch it, because in this session I'll be making use of this value operator more. But I think even if you have not watched it, also you can understand what I'm trying to explain you. Okay, so value is the operator, and I'll use hash because this is already declared. So I'll use this symbol here, and then what I'll say is I will provide the ID. What are the three fields in this? ID, name and role. So I'll provide ID equal to 1, name equal to Suraj, and role equal to ABAP. Okay, so I'm filling all these three entries, all these three columns with the values, and then I'm inserting into w_employee, and this one I am inserting into the zEmployee, my database table. Okay, I'll check, activate, and if I execute, before we execute, I'll just go and make sure that there is no entry in this table. So zEmployee is completely empty. Now I'll execute this, and now I'll go back and execute the database table. So you can see this entry, which programmatically I have inserted that into the database table zEmployee. Okay, so now let's also check the I should have checked the size of RC, but I'll say okay. Now I'll insert the second record. Maybe I'll say Sachin. Okay, activate, execute. So you can see size of RC is 0 if I insert a new entry to the table. If I go back, refresh this, you will find Sachin also getting inserted. This ID here is the key of this table. Okay, so if you see ID, that's the key of this table. So you cannot insert with the same key. You cannot insert another entry. Okay, let me try to do that programmatically. So Sachin is already inserted now inside this database table. So I'll try to execute this program once again. Right now you saw that the size of RC is 0, right? Now I will execute it once again. Let's see what is the size of RC is 4. Why? Because this entry is already there in the table. So it gives size of RC as 4. Because the line already exists with the key 2. Okay, so I'm trying to insert with the same key, trying to insert another record, which is not possible. So Sai Sabarsi is returned to be 4 in this case. If I insert a new record, okay, activate, execute. So you can see Sai Sabarsi is turning to be 0. Because why? Because that entry did not exist and I have inserted that record. So it is successful. That entry insertion is successful. So if I refresh the table, I'll find Sam getting inserted. Alright. So this is the first way in which we can actually insert the record. I can also actually copy this here. And instead of w_employee, so this is an easier way using the host operator. Okay, so this is the escape character at the rate, and inside this, if I provide an expression, okay, I'll provide this expression directly here without the need of this this statement. Okay, so this is also going to work. Okay, I'll give John as the name and role as Java. So this way, with this host expression, I will be able to, at runtime, this will be replaced by, basically by something like this. Okay, so this will automatically, so earlier we were using w_employee. So this this position will get replaced by automatically by the actual value of the work area. Okay, so this way you can actually, so this is the escape operator which we are using. Okay, and at runtime this will get replaced by the exact value. All right, so about host expression, this is the way we can use host expression. So this expression is actually going to get replaced by the actual value at runtime. So about host expressions, we can actually explain it in detail in the next upcoming classes when we discuss about select statements and update, modify, etc. So on all these cases, on all these OpenSQL statements, we can make use of this escape, this host expression. Okay. So now let me check the syntax now. Syntax, activate, execute. So Sai Sabarsi is 0. Why? Because this ID is not there in the table. So let us see if the insertion is successful. So you can see John and Java got inserted. Okay. So now this is the first way, right? As I told you. So there is another way in which we can actually insert. So which is using, I'll say, from. Okay. I'll actually show you the first way. I'll say 5. Maybe Virat and Python. So I'll remove this first. So you can actually use this this way also. This is another approach in which you can actually insert record to a database table. Insert database table name from work area. Okay, so the work area is here and I'm going to insert it. Check, activate, execute. Sai Sabarsi is 0. Why? Because this is the 5th ID which is not there in the table. So now if I refresh, you'll find this new entry getting added. Okay, so even in this case also you can actually make use of the host expression. How? Instead of this, I'll replace it with, I'll comment this first and then I'll provide the brackets. Inside this bracket, I'll provide the host expression, the expression here, and now I'll provide it as 6. I'll give the name as Taurus maybe, and the language is the role as C++ or something like that. Yes. Activate, execute. Sai Sabarsi is what? 0. Why? Because that entry is new. Check. So you will find Taurus as C++ in the 6. So these are the ways in which you can actually insert record to a database table using work area. Okay. Suppose if I don't provide the role also. Okay. Suppose in my ID 7, if I just provide the name, let's see what happens. Say Oliver. execute. So Sai Sabarsi is still 0. Even if I did not provide the role also, it is actually accepting that value. So this role will be blank in this case. Okay. So you can only provide, you just need to provide the values which you actually know the values for. Otherwise you can just leave it blank. Okay. So this is about inserting values using work area. So let us see how we can insert using a database, how we can insert entries with the help of internal tables. So before that, I will actually do one thing. I will delete all these entries, delete from zEmployee. Okay, so this is the expression which we can use. The delete is the statement which we can use to delete records from this table. So delete from zEmployee means all the entries in this table will get deleted. I'll just execute this. So now if I go back, refresh it, you'll find all the entries got removed just with this one statement. Okay. Now what we will do is we will actually create an internal table, right? So I'll create an internal table, type table of zEmployee. Okay. So I'm going to create a table of which is of type zEmployee, which is our database table. And then here I'll provide, using the value operator, I'll create the entries. I'll provide name, I'll provide ID first, ID equal to 1, name equal to Suraj, and role equal to ABAP. Alright, I'll copy this. I'll try to create multiple entries here. For the second ID, I'll provide a name as Sam maybe. And I'll provide the role as, role as C++. And then for the third entry, I'll provide Salim, and I'll provide the role as Python. And then I'll close this. And then for inserting from an internal table, what we can do is we can actually use this insert. Okay. And then I can provide my database table name from table IT_employee. Okay, so this is a must. You have to provide this table addition. Okay, in the earlier case we did not provide this because it was a work area, but in this case it's an internal table. You must provide the additional keyword table and then the table, internal table name. So like, let's check the syntax, activate, execute. It's got executed. Let me refresh this. So you can see all these 3 entries got inserted. Okay. Now let me try to execute this once again. So what will happen is, it will try to insert the values with the same ID, right? In the earlier case, what happened? It just returned as Sai Sabarsi of 4 in the case of work area. But in this case, let's see what will happen. I'm trying to insert another entry with the same ID. Let's execute this. So you can see here a short dump is getting displayed. Why? Because you're not supposed to do this in case of an internal table. Okay. So this is the exception that is getting thrown. CX open SQLDB. It says duplicate records in the database. Insert produces duplicate records in the database. So which is not allowed. Okay. So in this case, in the case of internal table, you must actually, either try to put it in a try and try block. Okay. I have to catch this exception. Okay, I have not actually captured it properly, I guess. So let's try to, CX open SQLDB. So this is not actually required, I believe. We have another way also. So I will try this statement, and if it is returning an exception, I'm going to catch it. Okay, check the syntax, activate. Let's return the size subrc inside this. Execute. So size subrc is 0 actually, but it is actually a dump which is getting populated, right? So let us actually see the other way in which actually you can kind of, avoid the short dump. Okay, so that is using a keyword called accepting duplicate keys. So you will find this in some of the codings which people do. Okay, so this means, so right now let us see what is the output here. It's just 3 entries, right? So if I have another entry, like I will try to copy this, and then I'll provide 4. I will provide the name as Virat maybe, and I'll provide the role as Java. Okay, so these 3 entries are actually already existing in the table. So let us see if this value at least will get inserted. In the earlier case you saw there was a short dump, right? So accepting duplicate keys means it is going to be okay with all these 3 keys, but it will still insert this record. Let's see if that happens. Execute. So you can see Virat and Java is getting inserted in the table. Okay, so this accepting duplicate is actually helpful in case if you want to avoid the dump which happens in case of inserting using an internal table. Okay, otherwise you can make use of the try and try. All right, so this is about providing data from an internal table into a database table. So in this host expression can also be used here. That is using, I'll say @ I'll provide the brackets, and inside this we can actually provide this here, the actual values. I'll try to comment this out, and firstly I'll delete from this table. Okay, so that I can insert it once again. Delete from the employee. So this statement will actually delete all the records from this table, and then it will make a new insertion with all these values. All right. So let me check the syntax. Activate. Instead of I'll just try to add one more record. I'll say Taurus role equal to Python. Okay, activate. Okay, I have an error here, I think. Yes. Execute. And now if I refresh, you can see Taurus is also getting inserted. Why it did not go for a dump or anything? Because I have already deleted the records from the table. Okay, so this is like a new insertion of records, so it won't give me any dump. Okay, so this is the other way in which we can actually insert records. You can directly use this host expression, and you can make use of the host expression using the value keyword, and then you can actually formulate the internal table structure and the internal table data. Okay, at runtime it gets replaced, and the values will get inserted. Okay, so this is the other way, and now I'll show you another way in which actually we can actually insert records to a database table. I'll delete. No, I'll not delete. I want all these entries. So I have my first table as the employee, which has 5 records, and now I also have a table called the employee 2. Okay, So this is basically this table with the same structure, but it does not have any entry. So what I'll do is I'll insert from this Z employee to this Z employee 2. So let's see how we can insert the records. So it is using insert, I'll say Z employee 2, okay, from, and I'll say select star from Z employee. Okay, so what I'm saying, select all the entries from the Z employee and put it in Z employee 2. Let me check the syntax. Syntactical correct, activate, execute. So if you observe the Z employee 2 now, initially there were no records. Execute this. So you can see all the 5 records coming and getting stored in Z employee 2. Okay. So that's it for this session. If you have liked this video, please give a thumbs up, and also please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, and also your comments are always welcome. Alright, so thanks for watching. I'll be coming up with more videos. Thank you.